Kael's mind was a cacophony without a conductor. It was a city at rush hour, with every thought a honking car, every worry a shrieking train on a broken track. He sat at his small wooden desk, a blank document glowing on his screen, a taunting white canvas for the graffiti of his anxieties. Thought of a missed deadline screeched like faulty brakes. Memory of an awkward conversation replayed on a wailing loop. Fear of future failure rumbled like distant approaching thunder. His hands hovered over the keyboard, not typing, but trembling. He would start a sentence, only to have it demolished by a sudden recollection of an unpaid bill. He was trying to build a house of cards in a hurricane. This was his existence, a reactive one, a leaf blown by the gales of his own undisciplined mind. His potential was a diamond buried deep, but his mind was a chaotic mine, too unstable to reach it. He felt like a prisoner in his own skull, the warden and the inmate in one. He looked out his window at the city. People moved with purpose, or so it seemed. He saw a man meticulously arranging fruit at a stall, a woman focused on her jogging route. They had command, they had discipline. Kael had only the storm. Driven by desperation, Kael found himself one Saturday morning at a small, silent dojo tucked away on a quiet street. The air smelled of old wood and incense. He was there to meet an old man named Master Riku, a man known not for teaching people to fight others, but to fight themselves. Master Riku didn't speak of discipline as a punishment, but as a craft. He led Kael to a back room where a single, rough block of gray marble stood on a pedestal. "What do you see?" Master Riku asked, his voice calm like a deep lake. "A rock," Kael said, confused. "Look closer," the master insisted. "Inside this chaos of form, there is a figure of perfect grace and strength. It has always been there. The sculptor's job is not to create it, but to reveal it by chipping away everything that is not it." He handed Kael a heavy mallet and a sharp chisel. "Your mind is this block. The chaos, the fear, the endless noise, this is the excess stone. Discipline is not about adding more noise. It is the chisel. It is the focused strike that removes what does not belong." Kael's first strike was wild, clumsy. The chisel skidded, gouging a shallow, useless scar in the stone. He grunted in frustration. "Again," Master Riku said, without judgment, "but this time, do not strike with anger. Strike with intention. Your breath is the mallet. Your focus is the chisel. Bring them together." Kael took a deep breath, let the frustration go, and focused on a single, small point. He struck. A small, clean chip of stone flew away. It was insignificant, barely changing the shape of the block, but it was a start. It was the first piece of the chaos that he had consciously, deliberately chosen to remove. Weeks turned into months. Kael practiced. He didn't just work on the stone, he worked on his mind. He learned to sit in silence for 10 minutes, just watching his thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. Not chasing them, not fighting them, just letting them be. He started writing one sentence, then another, training his focus like a muscle. The real test came during a solo hiking trip, a promise he had made to himself. He was high on a mountain trail when the weather turned. The sky, once a brilliant blue, became a cauldron of bruised purples and angry grays. The wind howled, tearing at his clothes. Cold rain lashed his face, stinging like needles. The path ahead vanished in the mist. The old Kael would have been consumed by panic. "This is a disaster! You're lost! You're going to freeze! Why did you ever think this was a good idea?" The storm outside was a perfect mirror for the storm that used to rage inside him. But the new Kael, the apprentice sculptor, remembered his training. He couldn't stop the storm, but he could choose how to respond. He found a small, slight overhang in the rock. He crouched beneath it, his back against the cold stone. He began to breathe. Deep, measured breaths. Inhale, exhale. He acknowledged the fear.
I am cold, I am wet, this is uncomfortable. But he did not let it become a narrative of catastrophe. He focused on the single immediate task, staying put, preserving warmth, waiting it out. He visualized his mind as a still, deep pool, untouched by the tempest raging on the surface. The wind screamed, but inside a quiet voice spoke. This will pass. You are safe in this moment. Breathe. After an hour, the rain softened to a drizzle. The mist began to lift, revealing a world washed clean and breathtakingly beautiful. He had not conquered the mountain storm, but he had conquered his internal one. He had used the chisel of discipline to carve a pocket of peace in the heart of the chaos.
A year after he first entered the dojo, Kael stood before the block of marble. It was no longer a block. After countless hours of focused, deliberate strikes, a form had emerged. It was the figure of a man, not in a pose of aggressive power, but in a stance of perfect, poised readiness. The muscles were defined, the expression calm yet alert. It was strong, resilient, and utterly composed. Master Riku stood beside him, a quiet pride in his eyes. "You see," he said softly, "you did not build this strength, you uncovered it. It was always there, waiting for the chaos to be cleared away." Kael understood now. The discipline of his mind was no different. He returned to his desk. The blank document was no longer a taunt. It was an opportunity. The thoughts still came, the worries, the distractions, but they no longer had the power to command him. He acknowledged them, like noticing a chip in the stone that wasn't part of the true figure. And then he gently, firmly returned his focus to his work. He began to write. The words flowed not from a place of frantic desperation, but from a deep, clear well of focus. He was no longer the leaf in the hurricane. He was the sculptor. He was the mountain. He had given 1,400 days, 1,400 hours, 14 moments of choice to the discipline of his mind. And in doing so, he had not built a new self. He had finally revealed the one that was there all along. If that story resonated with you, if you're ready to start sculpting your own mind, then do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now. It tells me you want more content like this. And subscribe to the channel for your weekly dose of focus and motivation.